Here's Flanders' Friend, Chapter 32, entitled Make a Fire. I think it's time that we made a fire, said Arthur, and he marched over and he snapped a twig in half, and he began to rub them together. Tim watched in amazement as his hands became a blur. He was rubbing so fast that it was incredible to see. He was like a robot. Then a slither of smoke began to emanate from the stick, and soon a spark was followed by another spark. It's happening, said Arthur. Keep watching, Tim. Tim watched as the spark quickly turned into a flame, and the sticks burned brightly, and they caught fire. Arthur held them carefully in his hand, and then he placed them into the barely smouldering fire, and he stepped back as if he was about to watch a magic trick. Will it light? Said Tim, as the smoke slowed to a small trail. You betcha, said Arthur. Just you wait, he said enthusiastically. Suddenly the old dried twigs and the dirty newspapers and soggy shoes were aflame. Warm your hands, said Arthur, and Tim stood over the dancing flame. It's amazing, said Tim, all with no matches. It's another thing I learnt in my training, said Arthur with pride in his voice. Tim was beginning to believe that maybe Arthur had been in the army, but the wars were so long ago that it wasn't possible. But he wasn't going to rock the boat by asking too much. I wish we had some sausages to cook over the fire, said Tim. Yes, that's a good idea, said Arthur. I may have something, he said, and he disappeared back into his tent. And after a few minutes of rummaging around, he produced a bag of crumpets. They were the next best thing.